Oh man. Okay.
It's what they want.
Like, I actually don't have a single friend who is like thrilled with how their husband is reacting to all this. Most of them are describing their husbands as ostriching, sticking their heads in the sand and pretending like nothing is happening. Meanwhile, my friends, their wives, are trying to figure out, how are we going to continue normal life for our children through this? How are we going to prepare and protect ourselves? And their husbands are like, stop being so emotional. You're overreacting. I mean, do we see what's happening? Hello. It's time to wake up. Protect your family. Like, my friends are losing complete faith in their partners at this point. The divorces that are going to happen after all this, it's going to be an unprecedented number because you all are failing your family.
Man, all I know is that Minneapolis is probably going to move up the ranks of best places to be single after all of these divorces. And women understanding that the man they married is a bitch-made motherfucker who ain't really interested in protecting shit but his own peace. Ain't that right, boys? And at first I thought maybe this is isolated, seeing a couple videos. Then I go to the comments, and it's literally hundreds, if not thousands, of women just in Minnesota saying the same thing. I am prepping for a divorce after my husband's reaction to this shit. And some of the gaslighting coming from these men is next level. You're just a bitch, buddy. In what world is any of this normal? How is it that I, a person in Denver, Colorado, can identify how fucking serious the situation in Minneapolis is? That schools are shutting down, providing remote learning because these motherfuckers are stocking bus stops, nabbing literal U.S. citizens and teenagers from their place of employment. That could be your kid working an after-school job, and you just want, oh, she's too online. Oh, you're just being too emotional, bro. Just say you never gave a fuck about your family next time. All I know, and I don't have kids, but if I did and lived in Minneapolis, I would be escorting my child to school with that fucking thing on me and making sure I picked him up in the same fucking fashion. Are you kidding me? You ain't gonna target my fucking family. But instead, these guys just wanna, oh, no, you're just too online. Just so emotional. Just like, and they're gonna get red-pilled after this. You know they're gonna blame the women because they were fucking cowards this entire fucking time. But I'm proud of you, ladies. Good fucking job drawing that line in the sand. Just know there are a lot of men out here who've been very vocal the whole time and don't give a fuck about their personal safety. Well, I'll go down for a stranger, you know what I mean?
So white women are leaving their husbands. Let's talk about it. It has been fascinating to watch the content unfold. The fascinating part, and none of this is surprising if you've been paying attention, and if you are a white person who has at least attempted to unpack all the things that you've learned through white supremacy and unlearn those things. Like, this is not surprising at all. I think back to my girlhood, my teenage years, my young adult years, and even through today around other white people, where you see these couple dynamics, these heterosexual white couple dynamics where, like, it's almost as though the woman treats the man like he is a blank slate. Even if he votes Republican, we just sort of shove that under the carpet because she's a Democrat, because she's a liberal, because she believes in feminism. And sure, sometimes, you know, they get into a little, but you know, he means well, and he loves people, and he cares, and he's not one of those people. I can't tell you how many white women I have known over the course of my life who have these sort of excuse-making relationships with their husbands or boyfriends or whomever, and say, well, he's not really like that, though. I mean, he's different. I mean, yes, he votes for Republicans, but really, that's just about taxes, and da-da-da-da-da, and they're just softballing it all the time. And there's something about white culture, what could it be, that expects us to be polite socially and accept that. So if you want to have a friendship with another white woman and she has one of those husbands, you are expected to participate in this pantomime, charades, I don't know, like where you just pretend, that it's fine because he, as an individual person, is a good guy, right? He loves her. He's a good guy. He cares about people. He's not an evil monster. There's just a little bit of a, disagreement about politics, but that's really, but he cares and his heart's in the right place. And sometimes he's even voted for a Democrat. 2020 was an exceptionally difficult year for the white women who invest in these kinds of relationships, these see no evil, hear no evil relationships, right? Because they couldn't have those conversations at home, really. Like, white people need to get involved. We need to unlearn our racism. We need to unpack white supremacy culture. Comply or die is not the way that Americans should be living. And it was a very uncomfortable. We need a moment of reckoning, and that is going to look different for different folks. And maybe I wish that they could have caught on sooner, but if this is what it takes for them to finally start to have that reckoning, then I guess it's all to the good in the end. But what I want to say to other white women is, never forget and always be cognizant of the amount of bullshit that we inflict upon the rest of the world, who wait patiently for us to catch up with what the global majority already know. I just want to add this little tidbit of advice to other white women. Every time I feel like I have some sort of a breakthrough, I have to take a pause and examine, where did this come from? And then, where was I blind along the way? Where did I not see it? I think it's really important that we get there, but I think it's even more important that we understand why it took us so long. What were the barriers? What were the roadblocks? What were our blind spots? Why didn't we see it earlier? To all the white women who are leaving their husbands, girl, good for you. And also, take some time to think about how you got here in the first place. Because I guarantee there are other areas of your life, there are other aspects, there are other things that you're doing, that you're engaged in, beliefs and opinions that you hold, that now might be a good time to kind of examine those things.
All right, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, of whom I learn from daily. Healthy shalom to the men out there doing the work in truth and sincerity. Also, 144,000 mighty men, shalom to you, shalom to the elect. This is what it's all about. You know what? Before I go any further, let's grab this scripture right quick, because it's on my mind, and that's that. It's the book of Isaiah 33 and verse 6, because this is what other people, and when I say other people, I'm talking about everybody, not everybody. I'm talking about, the people who don't have the eyesight and the understanding of the scriptures, because people are flipping out. All right, like you just saw in that video I got from the brother Arrows of Ended Nation, and I'm going to read the scriptures that go into this. It's prophecy why their women are acting like this, why they're acting like this, and what's going to proceed afterwards. This is the book of Isaiah 33 verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. See, they don't have the wisdom and knowledge. If they did, and I'm talking about these Edomite women that's, planning on leaving their husbands because they think, well, obviously because their husbands really don't give a shit, because Esau Edom is really just a punk. And that's all he is, all right? Esau Edom, whether it be man, woman, or child, has always reverted back to their blessing and their easy button. You know those commercials where it's a big red button, they push the easy button, and they got an easy button, and it's been like that since the beginning of time, since Cain and Abel, which if you can't receive it is Esau and Jacob, man, Jacob and Esau, right? Let's read it again. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. Now, we could go into the other scriptures, going into if you don't reverence your husband, then you really don't have fear. Then there's a natural order in 1 Corinthians. We could go into those, but there's no need to. Because what's happening right now is their widows are not weeping. And they're going to wish they had a man of the Lord in these last days, because it's coming down to the wire, right? All right, let's go to the book of Job 27 and verse 8. It's coming down to the wire. It's coming down to, who kept the faith and who didn't. No. Screw that. That sounds like Christianity. Nah, it's coming down to what has always been written. It's all about the elect. And if you're not a part of the elect, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how you feel, you're fucked. And that's that. Job 27 verse 8. For what is the hope of the hypocrite? Yeah, and I'm talking about the same people you just heard and you just saw on your screen right in front of you. They're a bunch of hypocrites because I don't know what the hell these women thinking. You better stay with your man. Even though he may be what you saying he is or whatever, what you gonna do? Divorce him? Then what you gonna do? Because Jacob's trouble is gonna hit everybody. It's not just about Jacob being in trouble. Don't you see what's happening? Everybody's gonna be in turmoil. The scriptures go into it and tell you that you're gonna wish for death, and he's not gonna give you death. That's rough, man. You're gonna wish for death. That movie, if you ever watched that movie, The Road, okay? And in that movie, The Road, basically, it was a end time prophecy type movie, all right? And that man's wife, she couldn't take it, and she offed herself, man. She could not take it, and he had her. He was good. That dude had her ass, man. He had her. Anyway, they would have been good money, very uncomfortable, but good money. Just saying, all right. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he have gained? When the Most High taketh away his soul. Woo! You see that? Verse 9 reads, will the Most High power hear its cry when trouble cometh upon him? Will he delight himself in the Almighty? Will he always call upon the Most High power, Yahweh? I will teach you by the hand of the Most High power. That which is with the Almighty will I not conceal. So it's not being concealed right there. Everybody knows about the Hebrew Israelites. Everybody knows. The gates of the nobles, your regular Edomites in these end times, just regular people. Everybody knows. 2/3 Jakes, everyone knows. Whether they were here forebear, they will know there was a prophet among them, as the scripture said. Verse 12 reads, behold, all ye yourselves have seen it. Why then are ye thus altogether vain? You see that? Vanity. That's another one of them sins that the people have, especially the Queen of Heaven spirit, all up in Babylon. All right. If it's children, listen to this. Salakia. Verse 13. Yeah, I skipped a verse. Shouldn't have done that. Anyway, this is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High power, the heritage of oppressors. Who's that? Who's the oppressors? See? Who's the oppressors? And even if they don't know it, they are oppressors. They have no idea that they're regenerated and reincarnated upon this earth. See that? All right? Which they have, Salakia. Okay, you like my post. Okay, whatever. And his offspring, let's see, where the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. Did you hear that? If his children be multiplied, it is for their asses to get destroyed. That's what the scripture said. You see? And his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. What'd that say? And his widows shall not weep. So what you see right here, here's the video. Matter of fact, here, let me go ahead and just do this on video. Let's do this. Sorry to put you through this, but while I'm here, I might as well do it. I'm just going to go ahead and post on the brother's video. This is how you post, if you didn't know. Yeah, winter storm as I prepare for this damn big-ass winter storm coming. Scripture said, pray not that your flight be in winter. Come on. There we go. And one more. All right. But really all the preparation we need. Oh, that's the spirit right there. That's the spirit. All the preparation we need is in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is that knowledge and wisdom. That's the stability of our times. Okay. So again, right here in front of you, these people, they through. They finished. Okay. Giving all praise. This is at least a quick hitter, and hopefully was edifying and understand that they're widows. They're not weeping. They're not going to weep. You know, hey, everything's going back just like it was, man. Even in, look at that. Damn, that was quick. that was fast. He's a good brother, man. You're all good brothers. All right. Hey, look, I got you on right now. It ain't gonna be long. I'm just saying. Look, the brother just called in at the very end of the video when I was getting ready to give salutations and all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And the video that he just put up, you see, what was the video named, bro?
How does it feel?
How does yeah, like D'Angelo. How does it feel, right? So when the brother called in, first thing he said, when it's cold outside, Casey and JoJo. So again, hey, look, that's the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. His widows are not weeping. These scriptures are these prophecies are popping off the pages, and there ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Ain't that right, Doc?
It's over, man.
Yeah, it is over. It's over. All right. So hey, look, as the brother called in, I had to put him on. So all praise, hey, this is the end of the video. All praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And every chance you get, chant this place down. All right? Shalom.